This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Monday, January 18th, 2020, two days before the inauguration. And the title of this rant is, Hey, Joe, go for Operation Warp Speed on global climate change now. This is obviously going to be the greatest challenge that we have for the next 50 years. Not only do we need a Green New Deal, but we need it at Operation Warp Speed. We need to rocket ourselves into another dimension when it comes to this area. Now, with Operation Warp Speed for the coronavirus, we invested in $18 billion into this 10 months ago or so. Got the vaccine in record time, etc. But let's remember that we already had the genetic sequencing so that we could get a vaccine for COVID-19. Why did we have that? Because we had done tremendous amounts of research in this area for many, many years. Right now, we have the genetic sequencing that we need that can make a direct impact on global climate change now, but we need the investment, and the federal government needs to take the lead on this. And just a quick example is that any types of tax breaks that fossil fuel companies had, we need to get rid of them and give those tax breaks to the renewable energy. Besides just tax breaks, the U.S. government invests billions of dollars in research every year through corporations. And in the last 40 years, there's been investment by the federal government for research and development for fossil fuel companies has been about 37% more than for renewables. Get rid of that. Give all of that to renewables. Let the government make tremendous investments in different methods of renewable energy. And when they are not, let's just say, competitive in the marketplace, let the government be the bulk buyer so that they can spread that out and then continue to make investments and then make that energy available. And the government needs to establish one area, take that $30 billion from the Pentagon, which Trump put in, which we don't need anyway. Let the Pentagon use that, but only for R&D into renewable energy, because renewable energy is very important to the Defense Department. They know that if they don't have the energy, they can't fight a war. So they are big into that. Take that extra $30 billion, put that into R&D for renewables. One of the biggest areas that we can make the improvements on is in buildings and in building construction. So with existing buildings, we know that they are extremely energy inefficient, and we can make them much more efficient. We need to come up with a whole new set of standards for them in the different localities throughout the United States. And that we need to give incentives for those who will meet those standards quickly. And remember, all of those will need to have, let's just say, workers making these changes into building construction, building methods, etc. And this is all going to be a winner for us. But we need to establish certain standards or certain energy consumption standards for building, both for new and used. As an example, why can't every new house built in the United States have to come with solar? How about places that have more than 10 acres have, one windmill, something like that? And, we also, know that the government needs to be heavily involved in things that are going to take a long time to develop and are not going to necessarily show monetary returns at the beginning. One of them is carbon sequestration. We've got to start investing in all of that stuff. And this is going to be a long, hard struggle. It's not going to be easy, but we have to have a commitment. This is the right thing to do. This is the moral thing to do. This will protect our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren from too hot a planet. And the biggest obstacle in this entire thing is going to be our sisters and our brothers on the Republican side, and we must be ready for all-out warfare, because this is a fight worth fighting and a fight worth winning. No, not worth winning. We must win this.